They will call the individual up and say, yes, I'm ready to get out of it. If you could help me, walk me through the steps. Do you think this is okay? How does this sound? They'll give the whole entire plan, right? That person, instead of them being on 57th Street in Stony Island, they're actually in a part of the neighborhood they shouldn't go to. They're on 59th and Ashland, right? And they're not ready. Can two walk together except they be agreed? And that love addiction that's developed from being with a narcissist will often have you, first of all, lying to yourself and deceiving yourself, right? Because you're underestimating the damage that's been done and overestimating your abilities at that time. And then you're also lying to others about where you are instead of being honest and saying, you know what? Right now I'm struggling. This love addiction has a stronghold. It has a foothold on me, and I'm going to need some time to work through this. I thought I was ready to literally walk out of it, but not as of yet. And that's when that individual will say, okay, well, let me know when you're ready and I can help you take the next steps. Or you can tell the person straight off the bat, I am not ready to get out of it just yet. I am working on it. If you can please pray for me, and I'm going to call you when I get ready. But if you call them up and say that you're ready and they become emotionally invested in your story, and then there's no follow through, and then they become emotionally invested, and after about 20 times of becoming emotionally invested, then they become drained in the process because they gave the access to where you're not at currently, right? So they're not going to judge you for not being where it is you want to be. They're going to pull back because of the fact of giving you access from where you said you were. And you have to ask yourself as you heal from narcissistic abuse, where are you? Underestimate yourself is when you think that you're just going to end it. The pain is going to leave. You're going to move forward with your life, and that's going to be it. The hardest part for leaving a narcissistic abuse cycle is right after it's determined that it has ended, right after you've been forced to do that reverse discard. And then you have the test because 9 times out of 10, that individual who wanted to have the last word is going to call you up and test you and see if you're going to pick up the phone, right? And so if you pick up the phone or answer the text or answer the doorbell or answer the email or answer the DM on social media, it's going to let them know I still got hooks in her and can manipulate her like a puppet on a string and do whatever it is I want to do to her. But when you underestimate and you lie to yourself about where you are, then once again, it leads to you putting yourself in a situation where you did not have to be in. Because once you answer that phone after promising and telling him it's over, and you answer that phone and you pick up, you've got to be prepared for a whole nother domino effect of situations to occur at that time. And because you ended it the way that you ended it and decided to be done, you got the last word. You best believe that their whole agenda after that is to try to completely break you through that phone call, through that quick visit, right? Through that DM, through that email, and say everything under the sun and call you everything but a child of God. And if you mention something that they've done, then they would basically say, well, that's your problem. You should have respected yourself. So instead of being able to get yourself caught up in that, the best thing for you to be able to do is to know, where are you? The moment you're able to be honest and ask yourself, where are you? And you're able to pinpoint that location, you can then get help and access that coincides and meets with where you are. Not where it is that you want to be, but for where you are. And then at that point, you don't have to worry about calling someone up and them investing time and energy and access to an area that you are not ready to handle yet, right? And that way also, it doesn't get to the point where everybody who is supporting you is worn down because you've told them, I'm coming out of it, when you're not at the point of being ready, right? They love you, they care for you, they want the best for you. And at the same time, they can only put forth the effort. They cannot put forth more effort in the process of your healing than the effort that you are putting forth in trying to change your situation. If you are ready to move forward and to cross the Red Sea, I have a coaching program. It's Rihanna, Reclaiming Yourself After Narcissistic Abuse. If you're trying to heal from a group setting, right, of a narcissistic system, that's called Ricana, Reclaiming Your Calling After Narcissistic Abuse. You can DM me or you can email me at katinahorton@thevalleyofgrace.com. The ball is in your court once you make the decision to come out of the narcissistic abuse cycle. The ball is in your court once you decide that it's over and you've communicated in some kind of way to your partner that it is over. The testing also begins at that time. Are you going to answer the phone? Are you going to answer the text message? Are you going to answer the DM? Are you going to answer the email? Are you going to answer the doorbell? Once you're honest with yourself about your location, you got to ask yourself, like God asked Adam in the Garden of Eden, where are you? You got to know your location, right? Your body and soul and nervous system, right? They all know where you are. You've got to be able to not lie to yourself about where you are. And there's no shame in not being ready to heal. There's no shame in being ready to heal, but not being ready to do the work. Heal so you don't spill. I'm Katina Horton, the Love and Freedom Toxic Relationship Recovery Coach. Be blessed.